how do trauma-informed principles like transparency and trustworthiness conflict with the secrecy of many safeguarding decisions that people may feel?
Mm. Um, yeah, it conflicts because I think when it comes to secrecy in decision making with safeguarding, that can come from very fear-based and again risk-averse practice. So if the ideal model is collaborative work with your client, but yet you feel unable to tell them certain parts of your work, certain parts of your decision making, that's often because there's a fear of how it's going to be taken, how you're going to be perceived, the reaction of that person. And I think if you're going by those principles of trustworthiness, of safety, cultural competence is a sixth one that's added on to those principles. But if you're going on prioritizing those, you would find a way, whether that's by yourself or again in supervision or someone that can give advice, you'd find a way to be able to offset the things that are evoking fear and anxiety that makes you want to practice with secrecy, um, or with any of those sort of areas of practice. So I would then be asking myself, actually, what does building a trustworthy rapport and space look like in this? And that could look like you actually bringing that to the forefront. So addressing the elephant in the room. Actually start by telling the client, I, in my capacity as the social worker or as youth justice worker or whatever, I'm conscious that I want to be able to build trust between you and I want you to be able to see me as reliable, as someone that's consistent. But my role also comes with things that you may not like the outcome of, or you may not like because I have to do it as a duty, as part of my duty of care to you. In part of my role is keeping you as safe as possible from harm. And so I have something that I'm not sure how you're going to take, and I want to run it by you. I want you to be able to contribute. I want you to be able to be in this discussion to make your needs and your views clear so that your voice is heard in this space and it can contribute or it can be considered whilst we're having these discussions. I think presenting facts, especially for young people that have experienced care as well. I think being vulnerable enough to know they need to know your scope and your parameters in your professional role is important. But them knowing your fears and your feelings within that role is just as important. It presents your humanity. Um, so yeah, I would leave that answer there.
Thank you.